You know what today is?
Yeah, it's National Video Game Day.
Ah, what are you doing today?
I got my eye on some pinball machines downtown. How about you?
I mean, you kind of suck. I don't know why you would do that, but I'm going to find a game that I loved as a kid.
Yeah.
Yes! I told you I was going to win.
I can't believe this.
I'm the best. You want some lessons?
I'm Marlo Anderson, founder of National Day Calendar. I've teamed up with Latoya Johnson to show you some of the best places to celebrate every day across the country. Join us to discover new places and learn fun facts about your favorite days on Destination Celebration.
The place I'm standing in right now brings back so many memories from when I was younger in the 80s, and I loved being in arcades. Donkey Kong, Asteroids, even Pong were things that I grew up with. And it's amazing to me that these arcades are making a comeback. So here we are in CraftCade in downtown Bismarck, North Dakota, celebrating National Video Game Day.
According to National Day Calendar, National Video Game Day is July 8th, but National Video Games Day is September 12th.
So where did you decide that you would put retro games together with, you'd match it up with food and drink?
My background is the restaurant and putting together fun concepts, so it's just like, well, what if we just mashed all that together? And then while we're coming up with this, why don't we include our team? And as we start to hire, our general manager, and you bring on all these different people, I mean, what are things that you're into? This business is really a collaboration project, and it's been really fun to see what other people are into, and then bringing in some of those titles and making it happen.
What's the fan favorite here for games?
For sure.
Is it something in the 80s? Is it something more current?
Yeah, so lately we've really seen a lot of popularity in some of these newer pinball titles. But here's the really cool thing. So we have the only Venom Premium pinball machine in North Dakota, and it's the first pinball that will actually save your progress. So that way when you come back in, you can scan that and you'll pick up right where you left off. And it gets played all the time.
Do you find the younger generation playing like Asteroids or Donkey Kong
and
things
absolutely.
too? Really?
Well, they'll come in and they'll play their stuff first.
Yep.
Those do cost money, and then when they realize that all the other games are on free play, I mean, it's a great bang for the buck and easy for a dad to play with their kid, throw them on the stool and kind of show them how to do it.
I worked at a place in my 20s that had Asteroids, Pac-Man, whatever, and we actually held a world championship for Asteroids.
Yeah.
Every 10,000 points you get another ship, right?
Yep.
Well, this person played for 26 hours, if you can imagine that.
Just straight.
Just crazy,
Wow.
right? How about you? How long have you ever played Asteroids for?
Definitely not that long.
Your favorite retro game?
Yeah, I would say NFL Blitz.
I've never played that.
Yeah.
Really?
And I mean, that's a 90s game again, but
Okay.
you got to think, I mean, I grew up on that too.
Yep.
And the NFL Blitz 4-player arcade is one of our most popular. So that's one of those that you can get your buddies in here. And
Yep.
everybody has a favorite sports team, and whether it's basketball or football, you hop on there. And there's nothing better than having your beer right there and just playing that, and just watching some of these guys get into it, and just see them smile and have a good time. It's just
Cool.
really rewarding for sure.
So whether you celebrate National Video Game Day at home or in one of these amazing arcades across the country, make sure you get out and celebrate. I'm going to go over and play a little Venom right now.
Three, two, one.
Okay, so I'm so excited to be here. This is super cool. Tell me about your shop, how it got started. How'd you get involved in this?
Well, the core concept of Rock30 itself actually began in a college dorm room. He amassed a bit of a collection of video games himself that he eventually started selling out of his apartment. Finally, in around 2014, 2013-ish, we landed here, and we've been here ever since.
Wow. Okay, so how did you get into video games? Have you always been a video game lover?
Basically since I was a kid. My dad originally bought PlayStation 2 around the time when I was first born.
Okay.
So I had a lot of experience playing like Spyro, Crash Bandicoot. Introduction to Nintendo was actually at a daycare I went to. They had a N64 set up there with like Mario Kart, Super Mario 64, Star Fox. Basically, any of like the must-play mandatory classics for the N64, I was thankfully exposed to growing up.
I never been into one of these shops before. How are these shops so successful? Because you know, everything's so digital now.
The retro video game market is actually really huge for two big chief selling point reasons. Number one is fond memories and nostalgia. Because one of the biggest trends that I especially notice in the years that go by is that certain game systems get more expensive depending on the generation that grew up with them.
Interesting.
And the second selling point would be just collectability. Because if there's anything about the retro video game market right now, especially in some rarer games and stuff like that, they can get pretty pricey. There is a real collector's edge to it. I've had the bug bite me myself.
Okay, what do you collect? Tell me, what do you collect?
Mostly just games that I'm interested in, especially games that have a specific place in video game history as a whole.
On National Video Game Day, what would be the perfect game and the perfect way to celebrate it?
If you really want to appreciate video games as an art form and its progression through the decades in one particular game itself, if I had to choose, Super Metroid on the Super Nintendo. It's one of the best 2D platformer action games of all time.
Okay.
It basically revolutionized an entire genre of video games along with Castlevania. So if I had to choose one that perfectly exemplifies gameplay, progression, music, and atmosphere in general, Super Metroid can't go wrong.
Man, listen, I'm not gonna lie, your passion for this is getting me excited.
Thank you.
Okay, so can I play one of the games? Like, can I, because you guys have consoles here, right?
Absolutely.
And I can play one?
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay, so can I pick anything?
The store is yours.
Okay, so I'll be right back. Give me like 2 minutes, and then I'll let you know when I'm ready.
Absolutely. Take your time.
All right. I am seeing Dragon Ball Z, which I'm pretty good at Dragon Ball Z. Oh my gosh. So I remember you used to have to blow in these to actually make them work. Oh, I do remember this. Oh, been doing this my whole life.
Exactly.
I think I need to show my 10-year-old what she's missing. Dude, I need this game. Oh, and then it's just waiting for it.
Hey.
How did it go today?
Yeah, went good. Thanks for the rematch, by the way.
You needed it.
Yeah, I'm gonna win this time.
Nah, you're really not.
Yeah.
So you wanna know what I got?
What'd you get?
I got a Super Nintendo Classic with the Mario Brothers game.
What?
Wow! You're such a cheater.
Yep.
What about you?
Yeah, I spent hours, absolutely hours, on that Venom pinball machine.
That's crazy. You didn't get any better, huh?
Yeah.
Still suck. That's crazy. Good luck with that. Happy National Video Game Day. Yes, and I win again. This is too easy. It's too easy.
Wow.